And there's a bridge. That's the Baishaozhou Bridge. So you can see right now in Wuhan there are 10 these large-scale bridges, and this one is to the most south part of Wuhan. So it's linking Wuchang district and the Hanyang district of Wuhan. So during the period of the 7th CISM Military World Games, it's refurnitured and recolored. So this is a large-scale cable-stayed bridge, and this. So along the Yangtze River, let's move on. So we talk about actually the speed of the Yangtze River, actually not that fast in Wuhan, and you also see actually that's the converted with another river, so that's basically divide the Wuhan city into 3 parts. So that also give the unique feature and the geographic features of Wuhan. So we talk about actually Wuhan is by the river or by the Yangtze River and flourished by the river as well. So that Yangtze River also give a lot of features and unique characteristics to Wuhan. Right now we are approaching to Jiangtan. So we talk about look at the river beach that's covered by a lot of greens. You can tell that's a great effort made by the local government. So in the recent years, they did a lot of jobs to get rid of the illegal port, and also they overhaul the operation of ships and vessels. And right now, you look at this one is another landmark of Wuhan. The Wuhan Conventional Center. So this is around the top 3 around the world in terms of conventional centers, with a total coverage of 100,000 square meters that equal to 7 football courts. So look at the whole shape. It's quite unique and eye-catching. It's like UFO shape. So the one in the middle, I think maybe it's a shell or petal shape. Anyways, it's just so unique. So look at the whole picture. So it's like a big bird with full swings unfolded. And in the very center is also covered by green. That's the largest size of the fountain that basically can change different shape with the music. So talk about the larger scale of expo in the recent years, we can see it's growing in numbers. So this kind of conventional center is actually quite busy in recent years. All right, another eye-catching building. This is the beach ball venues. So talk about this time we have 35 games venues. This is one of it. So talk about the A Beach Volleyball Center. Look at this quite vivid and energetic colors combination. So look at the very bright yellow strap. And in the middle, of course, I see a venue for the games. So think about it's just enjoying the sunshine and also, of course, enjoying the game as well. So the whole World Games, Military World Games, will convenes from 18th. Of course, here will be a really fertile venue for all the fans. So this is a River Beach District Beach Volleyball Center, and we talk about actually this one is dispatchable. And after the games, it also can be removed. So it's quite environmental friendly. So look at the whole construction, actually that's also movable. So it's quite fragile. So it's very convenient. So talk about all the 35 venues. We want to know more about which venue for which game, right? So to all the viewers, welcome to you with CGTN New Media. Right now we bring you this aerial view to give you some taste before the 7th CISM Military World Games. So right now our helicopters fly along the Hanyang River Beach. So just now we showed you the beach volleyball center. And that's become a new highlight right now here in Wuhan, Hanyang River Beach. And we talk about right now, we count down 3 days before the Military World Games begins. And of course, this venue you have to visit. So talk about the standards of all these venues, no matter it's the infrastructure, construction, we talk about the venue layout, we all benchmark to the world-class standards. So talk about this one, the beach volleyball center, especially the sand have the very specific requirement, and also the sand actually delivered from Hainan province. So that guarantee the best quality. We don't want to bring additional injury to the players, right? So we choose the best sand to protect our players and also, of course, provide the best venue to all the players. Right now, we will very soon fly over a lake. So we talk about Wuhan, actually, that consists of over 100 lakes. So you can see a lot of rivers, lakes. They're in different shapes. They embedded inside the whole city. So you also can tell they are the soul of Wuhan city. And talk about the water quality is much improved also on the river benches. It's all improved in terms of the environmental conservation. So you look at, we have these greenways. We have also the greenways for cycling. So talk about this, bring the additional green to all the people living and working in Wuhan. from this angle, we want to really bring our viewers some taste of this unique place, Wuhan. So talking about Wuhan, a bunch of water resources, more than 100 lakes. Yangtze River, Hanjiang, or the Han River, across the whole city. So that's the unique beauty created here. And look at this white shape venue. Somehow look like the bird net. That's the main venue this time for the Military World Games. That's also the opening ceremony venue this time. So we talk about in front of the white construction, there are also another two shell-shaped buildings, smaller size ones. They are the attaching swimming pools and volleyball centers. So basically, one of the venue will also be the closing ceremony venue. So look at this shape. So look at all these venues actually quite close to the rivers, and we also look at the greens here. So right now, this is a swimming pool. So this is the venue for swimming and life saving. So talk about the top of the venue. So look at what shape you think about it. For me, I just think it's like the mouse. I really want to click it. But it also kind of like a insect. But of course, you have your own imagination, but this is for the swimming and life-saving games. And this venue before also hold the game of diving. So we talk about the venues here, just upgraded on its original constructions. We talk about the hardware actually is benchmarked to the bird nets. And we talk about actually all the standards we benchmark to the Olympic Games. And one thing I would like to highlight here, to look at the shape of their ceilings. So basically they will have additional functions, which means in the evening they will be light up the whole city. So we have a lighting show every evening during the whole games. So this is the main venue. So renovated on the additional one. So this time we also want to not really waste a lot of the resources. What you can use, we just upgrade or renovate it. So it's really cost efficient and also better utilize the original ones to let them renovate and also revive and shine their beauty this time in the World Games. So we look at the, don't know whether our viewers can see, there are two stifles. So have a guess, take a guess. What's the functions? I will give you the answer later in our program. So once again, this is our opening ceremony venue. I believe right now we also can see some performers. They're very busily doing their last minute rehearsal. So please stay tuned with CGTN. So the evening of the 18th, we will have the opening ceremony here, and also of course the torch will be arrived in this venue. And look at all these cables. So this is really precise arrangement. The height is around 50 meters. So what's the functions of this scaffold? A power supply, maybe. For cameras, maybe. We also actually had an interview with the operator behind the scene, and they told us this is for the shows. So we talk about the stunts or the acrobatics. Basically, they will hold the more actors flying here. So that's basically part of the opening show. So they will rely on these fireworks. And the green ones, this is a football court open to the public. So according to our calculation, there are more than 1,000 football courts in different size here in Wuhan city. So we'll talk about this is really a city of sports. So look at the decoration here. The white dots, the white balls. And I believe they may be also part of the light show in the evening. So they will basically have the different graphic or the pictures will be shown by all these lights. So at the bottom of our picture, we have another construction. This is the newly built one, total new. So this is the diamond shape, right? This one. Don't you think the shape is like the warship? So this white hollow structure, very modern. So this really looks so beautiful. This look good, but also with the cutting edge technology here is covered by 5G. And also with the widest bandwidth. So this is the media center. So all the live broadcasting signals, everything will from here. We talk about 4K, 8K, really high definition pictures. We will all present to our viewers from here. We talk about how many media outlets registered at this time. More than 4,000 journalists from home and abroad registered. This is, of course, the biggest number in the history of military world games. So we talk about media, people actually can find from A to Z all kind of service they need here in the media center. So the cluster of buildings located at the southern part of Taizi Lake. So to all the viewers, this is a preview of the 7th Military World Games in Wuhan, China. So right now you are tuning in with CGTN New Media. It's 3 days to go until the start of the 7th Military World Games in Wuhan. You look at, we have 2 captains. And to cover all these games already flight over the Wuhan city for a week already. So please stay with CMG. We will always have our presence to provide the 360 degrees view to our viewers. And today, the helicopter, I believe our viewers may be very familiar with this. This is just participated in the military parade to celebrate the 70th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China. So talk about Wuhan. This is the host city for the Military World Games. So look at, we have some characters and also the elements. Here is talk about the Hubei, Wuhan, China. That's the 7th CISM Military World Games. And also look at the Bingbing mascot. That's the mascot. So that's inspired by an animal living in the Yangtze River. So look at the whole shape. Very energetic. Very vivid. It's running with a torch in hand. So welcome to Wuhan. I believe this is the most frequent mentioned word or the sentence in the recent days. We know Wuhan actually prepared for this big day for 4 years. Right now, we just count down for 3 days. You think about 4 years, pretty long period, but we're really eager to see the opening day. So right now, just 3 days to go. The mascot's name is Bingbing. It's a special kind of fish living in Yangtze River. So that's not codfish. So we talk about Bingbing actually is inspired by the Chinese sturgeon. So why we would like to utilize the character of the Chinese sturgeon? That's something unique in China. And actually the whole shape is quite sharp. That's also the sharp look really fits in the military's look and feel. So here look at this Jianghan University. So talk about the Jianghan University, also one of the key universities here in Wuhan, located in the industrial development zone. And look at another venue that's also for the volleyball venue. So that's tomorrow. We will have the very first women basketball games kick off here. So talk about tomorrow. We also have one game for football. So all the fans for the football and the volleyball, tomorrow will be your day. So look at this one, the shape. Also a very unique shape. You look at all the shape of the building, they're all different. So this is renovated based on the original gymnasium of the Hanyang University. So talk about this gymnasium actually benchmark to the world standards and also renovated based on the standards to hold the qualifier games and also the actual games. They also have different rounds of the testing games. So everything check the box, then it's approved to hold the large-scale games. We talk about all the new built venues or these kind of the renovated or upgraded venues. They're all based on the world-class international standards. So I believe this is actually bringing the additional benefits to the students. After the military world games.
举行的这个排球项目啊，可以让这里的大学生更好的了解到这次军运会，去接触。
So this venue basically for the volleyballs. I believe that's also give the students especially in the Hanjiang University, a very close look and touch of the volleyball games. I believe this is also quite good practice this time here in Wuhan. They have around 1 million university students in more than 100 universities. So talk about this time, they not only provided the venues, and they also have volunteers from all these universities. Talk about this time, we have 50,000 volunteers provide a service like a translation or the picking up our guests from the airport.
是所有高校里面志愿者人数最多的，在这儿也要感谢他们为武汉的军运
And talk about this university actually have more than 4,000 volunteers. Really give a big applause to Hanyang University because they actually cultivate a largest number of volunteers. So talk about volunteers. They have a unified name. They have one name called 小水山.
以他们
So we talk about volunteers. They are the best name card of the city.
好的，现在我们是继续飞行在武汉的上空。好的，央视新闻的各位网友，我们现在是继续飞行在武汉的城市上空。
To all the viewers, welcome tuning in with CGTN. Right now, we'll bring you the preview of the 7th Military World Games. So with our air team, we bring you this beautiful look to enjoy the beauty of Wuhan. We know a little bit more about the military war games and also the venues. So we talk about the helicopters we use this time and also had its presence at the military parade. We talk about the city of Wuhan is abundant of water resources, more than 100 lakes. So this is to us another lake. We talk about in the center of a city with all these abundant of rivers, waters. The people in Wuhan, they should be really happy about the whole living environment. So we talk about the 7th Military World Games. It's just 3 days to go until the start. The starting time will be the evening of 18th. We have the opening ceremony in the evening of 18th. So the host city, Wuhan province, has been very busy preparing for the past couple of years. I believe it's around 4 years. And the building and upgrading 35 venues and the first ever athletes village, especially for the games, which draws more than 8,000 players from over 100 countries and regions for 329 events in 27 categories. So we talk about the venues. We have the newly built venues like the media center, but actually we also renovate and upgraded a lot of venues. Either it's the national sports center in Wuhan or the sports venues or the gymnasium from universities.
居住在武汉的市民应该知道，在前几天啊，这个天气是非常的糟糕，还有小雨啊，那整个能见度是很低的。我们的飞机，
The good thing for today is it's not raining.
很高的要求。那么到今天这周以来，已经是这周以来最好的天气了。所以说，能在这样一个天气下为大家。
And we talk about today's weather actually quite helping. We provide kind of quite acceptable visibility.
好，现在我们看到的这座湖泊。
The weather in previous days was raining a lot. Right now, the lake called the Houguan Lake.
现在我们看到的这一条从湖中心横穿的这样的一条这样一条公路，高速公路啊，它就是后关湖大桥。
So look at this one, the very long curved high-speed way at the Houguanhu High-Speed Road.
后关湖特大桥是位于蔡甸区与武汉经济技术开发区的交界处，全长约5100米，其中湖面段长约4500米，桥面宽。
So the total length is around 5,500 meters. So the width is 40.5 meters with 8 lanes. And this is also the widest one in Wuhan.
其实说到这个湖泊的名字啊，你看这个湖，它名字叫后关湖。它关于这个名字呢，就是可能大家会有一些猜想啊，说为什么会叫这个名字？其实这个关于学界也好啊，民间也好啊，都。
So the name of this lake is called Houguanhu Lake.
主流的几个说法，有人说啊，主要是因为这个湖泊的这个形状特别像关字儿，所以说得名。那也有人说呢，是因为。
We talk about why have this name. They have, of course, different storytellings. Either they talk about the lake's shape is quite like the shape of the Chinese characters, or they actually have the different fairy tales, let's put it in this way.
飞过了这个湖
behind
泊
its name.
继续
We
向
don't
前
know
飞
the
行
original ones.
前面也是有一座湖泊，你看这个大湖连着小湖啊，这样的水环境真的是让人非常的羡慕。
And another lake coming to us. We talk about that basically just one after another. So for the people living in the quite northern part of China, we really admire the whole living environment here in Wuhan.
好，我们这是刚才我们来过的江汉大学。那么它所在的这个湖泊，
So we talk about this Jianghan University.
三角湖
And this is what we call 三角湖 Lake.
它周围其实除了江汉大学啊，还有这个武汉体育中心。
So behind Jianghan University, we have Wuhan Sports Center.
其实整个这个区域呢，它的名字在武汉人
And the
来说
headquarters of
呢
Dongfeng
叫转口
Automobile.
就是武汉经济技术开发区，当地人俗称转口。那么转口也是一个古地名了，就像武昌、汉口等等一样。那么这个地方是位于
So basically here is the Wuhan Economic and Technological Development Zone.
那么这
It's
个
at the northern bank of the Yangtze River,
包括东风、神龙
where the is
等一些
southwest region of the whole
企业
Wuhan.
大型的企业生产基地都在这里。
As also the home to large-scale industrial players.
其实我们今天更多的要关注是军运会啊。那在军运会期间，大家可以注意到武汉，就是很多人都感慨啊，武汉的面貌简直是发生了一个巨大的变化。
We talk about it because of the military world games that also help Wuhan to really
有点都不太认识了，
look
这是因为为了迎接
more beautiful.
来自
So look at the
八方的
whole
客人啊，武汉是
environmental protection. We have seen a quite much approval and the improvement.
除了湖泊的水环境，
And
包括道
we
路
talk about
是
actually Wuhan's
焕然一新。
government did
很多多年没
a
有
lot
修的一些老
to
路啊
bring
坑坑
more
洼洼
green
的
to
都
the
在
city and to
借
improve
借
the
着这
water
次运
quality
会的东风得到了
infrastructure
新气
construction.
可以说是造福了这个一大批市民。好的，我们现在继续向前飞行。我们看到这样的一个湖泊之上，有一座跨湖的大桥。 那么由于武汉啊，它这
So
个
we see another cross river bridge.
过河、过江、过湖已经成了
Because there are a lot of lakes, then we of course seen many bridges are crossing the river, and we talk about Wuhan people day-to-day commute. It's very common for them to cross different lakes or rivers. So from Wuhan,
抵达汉口，那么
Wuchang to Hankou,
一直到下午才能回来。那么现在啊，过江的方式发生了巨大的变化。
in the old days, they need to like basically spend one day from Wuchang to Hankou, but right now it's much shortened. We have tunnels, we have subways, we have the high-speed ways, all different ways to choose.
飞行在武汉的城市当中呢，我们可以看到很多军运的元素。很多楼宇呢，在夜晚也是被点亮。
And we talk about the whole buildings. You look at here, they have the different lights. So we talk about the light show, something you cannot miss. So we have the light show themed military war games in the evening. So the lighting show started from
份，
October 1st.
包括这个主场馆这一组建筑，也是被军运主题的灯光所点
So
亮。
that's including the main venues.
中俯瞰啊，特别像一座
So once again, this white building is the main venue for the Military World Games. It's also the venue for the opening ceremony.
好的，那么我们今天呢，通过航拍给大家看到的这些场馆呢，主要是
So
位于
with
武汉的
our
转口片区。
today, the whole crew will provide you some taste and look before the 7th Military World Games begin on the 18th. In the following days, we will show you more
那么我们今天的直播
about the
呢，就到这儿
details.
感谢大家的收看。
And I'll sign off here. Thank you for watching.